we're gonna paint John's car today. John's got it ready. In fact, we even did the black last night. Just to have some of the suspension stuff done. It's been blown off. It's been wet sanded, washed, retaped. What that does is that helps you guys that are doing home paint jobs. All that dust and all that junk just collects in here. And you'd be amazed that when you start washing them and you're pulling the tape back, it'll come back out. So if you're really trying to get a dust-free job, this is the way to do it. You're always going to get some dust in it. You're always going to get imperfections you're going to have to sand and buff out. But this really saves a lot of times. This is how we like to do it. John's got it all ready. We're using a product here, Nissan's DuPont's paint. It's more of their midline product. Great product. I've used this on semis for years. Good UV rating, blends good, shoots good. I like their stuff and recommend it. He's going with a, what color blue, John?
It's a Laguna Seca BMW blue.
Right there. Probably only take, I don't even know if it'd take 2 quarts to shoot this. So we're using a base coat on it. We're going to do that right now. We're going to show you how to do that. Bumpers are ready. And I use a D-cup, DeVelvis D-cup. These are like little, you can wash them out in a tank. I have a tank to clean your paint guns. It's one of those that sprays chemicals. But these are reusable, and you just basically put them in a cup, boom, like that. And there's a lid for it, boom, boom. You got clean, you're good to go. Gun threads down on top of it once the cap, we're going to show you that. Makes for pretty simple. This paint, if you look at it, is an 8.5 to 4 parts. 8 parts paint, a half of activator on an 8 scale level, and 4 parts on an 8 of reducer. You can use these mixed cups. A lot of guys use it. They'll have the ratio on it, like a 4 to 1 to 1, or a, there it is, 8 to 1 to 1. If you were doing it 8 to 1 to 1, or you can use this scale over here. You know, you guys that don't want to figure all that out, just 8 parts, 1 part, 4 parts. Pretty simple, pretty easy. We're gonna show you clearing later. We use Nissan's High Solids clear. It's a 2 to 1. It's not a 4 to 1 clear, so it goes on really heavy, and I prefer it. And then the activator for this base coat is Nissan's activator. So I think that's it. Alright, so we're mixing the paint up. Again, you know, there's like little things that you learn over time, usually the hard way. When you wanna, this was already just mixed yesterday, so it's mixed up pretty good, but you always want to stir it up, especially metallics. You got to get them off the bottom. But what you don't ever want to do is stick your same stick in your batch over here. You've already put activator in it, so it's going to harden over time. And if you use the same stir stick back and forth, when this goes on the shelf and you're going to repaint, maybe paint a panel later on, you open the can up, it's hard because you use the same paint stick. Use 2 sticks, one on your mixed batch, one in your can. Put your lid on so nothing falls in there between all the fun. And again, you know, most paint shops used to give you tons of these. Now they give you like a couple. So either you got to buy a batch of them or you got to yell at them to give you more. So that's that. And then, you know, of course my stuff, you can tell it gets used. These just tighten the two together and bam. Gun is on, gun is loaded. And then I take my regulator off. Some guys run a water separator right here, which is fine with that, you know, and I've got them and I've used them, but what happens is it'll bring your hose down even longer, and if you're in a really hard spot to spray. So I've got an air dryer on my air compressor that deals with all the water, and then we've got a regulator. Most of you guys got one of these at home, just something to catch water if you need to. You don't have it, especially if you don't have a dryer. And then your mask. We have an air supplied system in here with another hose and the whole apparatus, and there's a pump that feeds air, or you can use these. These are 20 bucks. Buy it for each paint job. When you're done with the paint job and your primer, and throw it away, or you can replace these outer. If you do a lot of painting like I do, I'm painting all the time, so I just kind of move them around. There we go. All right, putting the first coat on. First coat always shows everything. So I was pointing out something John missed or whatever we missed, which isn't the end of the world. You see something like, oh my goodness, you say, oh my goodness, it's bad. It isn't bad. Base coat, let the stuff set, let it hit, wet sand it down, put another coat over it, perfect. Fix the spot area, perfect. You won't notice it. So it's not the end of the world. It gives you a lot of ability to fix mistakes, and that's the beauty of base coat. We're a single stage. We'll show you an extrusion out there. You got one shot. You can nub it out and buff it, but it's a little more unforgiving.
got the base coat on. This is 3 coats of base coat. Got the bumpers painted and the car. Found that there was some scratches from sanding it. Probably could have got that out beforehand, but we buried a lot of it. But we're going to go ahead and let this set up overnight, come back tomorrow and wet sand it, get this color nice and flat, and then we're going to spray another probably 1 or 2 coats of base on it, and then clear it tomorrow. Just going to do that, just that way it puts the paint job to the next level, sanding down the base coat, getting that nice and flat. So yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to end this video right now, or after we get done wet sanding. But I thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys like this color. Let me know what you think of this color. It's the BMW color. So I'll put a link maybe of some pictures of the BMWs of this color, but I think it looks good on the Civic. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button if you like the color, and comment below, and make sure you subscribe too, because that helps out a lot. So peace.